Yes, so first I will take up the question and then we'll chant this Dakshinamurti Ashtottara and understand the meaning. I heard you talking about physical prayer. I related to physical prayer with action. Physical prayer means like doing puja, doing worship. If some altar is there, you offer some flowers, you offer some naivedyam eatables, do arati, wave the lamp around that. This is called physical prayer. So, prayer in the form of some physical activity addressed to the Lord, that is called physical prayer. And by extension, doing any action with the prayerful mind also can be converted into physical prayer. So, initially we do physical prayer in the form of worship of the Lord through an altar, and later on every action can be made a prayer, and that is the attitude of Karma Yoga. So, Karma Yoga means doing the action with the attitude of offering it to the Lord, so that can become physical prayer. The Upadesha Saram Ashtamurti Brud Deva Pujanam. So, first we start the regular puja, and then we extend our puja attitude to every activity, then it becomes physical prayer. But initially it means particular activities addressed to the Lord, invoked through a particular vigraha or a picture. Is it who asked this question? Yeah. Is it clear? That's what we mean. How can we know the best upasana for us? I will be talking about upasana, little bit more about upasana. There are two types of upasana. Tomorrow also I will talk, but today I will give some idea. One is called Shrauta Upasana, the upasanas which are mentioned in the Shruti. Like today we were seeing in the Kenopanishad Bhashyam, that upasanas which is Sama Vishaya Upasana, Gayatra Sama Vishaya Upasana, Karmanga Upasana, these are the Shrauta Upasana, the upasana meditation mentioned in the Shruti. And in the morning class, 11:30 class, we did the upasana called Ashwamedha. Ashwa Upasana, that is a Shrauta Upasana. Agni Upasana, which is given, Shrauta. Shrauta means Shruti prescribed, Shruti based Upasana. And other one which is now becoming more popular, and that is called Pauranika or Smarta Upasanas, where we keep some symbol like Shivalinga or Shalagrama, and we invoke the presence of Vishnu. Or we take some vigraha, some idol of the Lord, and we look at it very, very minutely from the feet to the head. See, nakha up to the head, we keep on seeing it. Slowly, each part we see it. Several times we see. Slowly we go up, then come down, go up, come down, and then same vigraha we try to see in the heart. That is also one form of meditation. Another one is, if you are familiar with the steps of puja, worship, then you do manasa puja. You worship the Lord mentally. That also becomes one upasana. Or you chant the names of the Lord mentally, then also it becomes upasana. So, Manasa Japa also is equivalent to one type of upasana. And now question is that which one is the best for us? You try one or two, and if you have some guru in your life, he or she is familiar with your background, then that person, seeing your background, seeing your level, will suggest some upasana. And you try to follow that. The purpose of upasana is to develop the devotion and develop the concentration of the mind. So, the ekagrata, the concentration, and also developing the devotion. And there is another meditation which Pujya Swamiji used to conduct is order meditation. Meditation on Ishvara as order. So you can perhaps listen to Swamiji, Puja Swamiji's recording. So where he invokes Ishvara in the form of order, and see yourself as being in order, everything being in order, surrender to order. So that meditation also is good, depending upon your requirement. Like some people have got so much anxiety, so certain type of meditation will be very useful. Some people have got this what is called lack of concentration. That is the problem. So then certain type of meditation will be more useful. So depending upon the background of the person, your guide can do, or you yourself can decide and see which one works. Start with the simple one and go for further advanced one. Advanced one means where more steps are involved. That is what we mean by advanced. And if you have a guide in your life, spiritual guide, then you can ask your guide. That will be the best. In spiritual pursuit, to have a guide is very useful. So it will be, it solves, in fact it saves our energy, because we will try so many things and then we'll come to the right step, whereas he will tell you the right step right away. So that's why it is very useful to have a guide if one has, and then one can follow it. Yes. All right, any other question anybody has? All right, so we'll go to this. You have been given the sheet, and so we will first read the Dhyana Shloka, which may not be there in your book, but we'll read and then we'll come to the mantra. First I will chant and then you can repeat at least 8. Afterwards we will chant together. So first we are reading Dhyana Shloka. Sphatikarajatarvarnam Mauktiki-makshamalam Amrutakalashavidyam Jnanamudrangkaragre Dadatamuragakaksham Chandrachudam Trinetram Vidruta Vividabhusham Dakshinamurtimide. Now I will chant. See, what we are chanting is 108 names of Lord Dakshinamurti, which we chant every day in the temple. And each name will end up in Namaha. So we are offering salutation, and while offering salutation, we are offering flowers in the temple. So those names, they are very profound names. So we have been seeing in this class, our class, so we have reached up to, I think, 82 we have completed, so 83 will go. But first there is a particular way of chanting. Some of you may not be familiar, so I will chant, you can repeat. For 8 names we will do that, and afterwards we will chant together. Om Omkara Simha Sarvendraya Namaha. Om Omkarodhyana Kokilaya Namaha. Om Omkara Nida Shukaraje Namaha. Om Omkararanya Kunjaraya Namaha. Om Nagaraja Sutajanaye Namaha. Om Nagaraja Nijalayaya Namaha. Om Navamanikya Maladhyaya Namaha. Om Navachandra Shikhamanaye Namaha. Now we can chant together. Om Nandita Shesha Maunindraya Namaha. Om Nandishadimadeshikaya Namaha. Om Mohanala Sudhasaraya Namaha. Om Mohambuja Sudhakaraya Namaha. Om Mohandakara Taranaye Namaha. Om Mohotpalanabomanaye Namaha. Om Bhaktagdanabdishitamshave Namaha. Om Bhaktagdanatrunanalaya Namaha. Om Bhaktamboja Sahasramshave Namaha. Om Bhaktakeki Gana Ganaya Namaha. Om Bhaktakairavarakendave Namaha. ॐ भक्तकोकदिवाकराय नमः। ॐ गजाननादिसम्पूज्याय नमः। ॐ गजचर्मोज्ज्वलाकृतये नमः। ॐ गङ्गाधवलदिव्याङ्गाय नमः। ॐ गङ्गापङ्किलसज्जटाय नमः। ॐ गगनाम्बरसंवीताय नमः। ॐ गगनामुक्तमूर्धजाय नमः। ॐ वदनाब्जजिताब्जश्रिये नमः। ॐ वदनेन्दुस्फुरद्दिशाय नमः। ॐ वरदानैकनिपुणाय नमः। ॐ वरवीणोज्ज्वलत्कराय नमः। ॐ वनवाससमुल्लासाय नमः। ॐ वनवीरैकलोलुपाय नमः। ॐ तेजःपुञ्जघनाकाराय नमः। ॐ तेजसामपि भासकाय नमः। ॐ विनेयानां तेजःप्रदाय नमः। ॐ तेजोमयनिजाश्रमाय नमः। ॐ दमितानङ्गसङ्ग्रामाय नमः। ॐ दरहासजिताङ्गनाय नमः। ॐ दयारससुधासिन्धवे नमः। ॐ दरिद्रधनशेवदये नमः। ॐ क्षीरेन्दुस्फटिकाकाराय नमः। ॐ क्षीरेन्दुमुकुटोज्ज्वलाय नमः। ॐ क्षीरोपहाररसिकाय नमः। ॐ क्षिप्रेश्वर्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ नानाभरणमुग्धाङ्गाय नमः। ॐ नारीसम्मोहनाकृतये नमः। ॐ नादब्रह्मरसास्वादिने नमः। ॐ नागभूषणभूषिताय नमः। ॐ मूर्तिनिन्दितकन्दर्पाय नमः। ॐ मूर्तामूर्तजगद्वपुषे नमः। ॐ मूलाज्ञानतपोभानवे नमः। ॐ मूर्तिमत्कल्पपादपाय नमः। ॐ तरुणादित्यसङ्काशाय नमः। ॐ तन्त्रीवादनतत्पराय नमः। ॐ तरुमूलैकनिलयाय नमः। ॐ तप्तजाम्बूनदप्रभाय नमः। ॐ तत्त्वपुस्तोल्लसत्पाणये नमः। ॐ तपनोडुपलोचनाय नमः। ॐ यमसन्नुतसत्कीर्तये नमः। ॐ यमसंयमसंयुताय नमः। ॐ यतिरूपधराय मौनिने नमः। ॐ यतीन्द्रोपास्यविग्रहाय नमः। ॐ मन्दारहाररुचिराय नमः। ॐ मदनायुतसुन्दराय नमः। ॐ मन्दस्मितलसद्वक्त्राय नमः। ॐ मधुराधरपल्लवाय नमः। ॐ मञ्जीरमञ्जुपादाब्जाय नमः। ॐ मणिपट्टोल्लसत्कटये नमः। ॐ हस्ताङ्कुरितचिन्मुद्राय नमः। ॐ हठयोगपरोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ हंसजप्याक्षमालाढ्याय नमः। ॐ हंसेन्द्राराध्यपादुकाय नमः। ॐ मेरुशृङ्गतटोल्लासाय नमः। ॐ मेघश्याममनोहराय नमः। मेदाङ्कुरालवालाग्र्याय नमः। ॐ मेधापक्वफलद्रुमाय नमः। ॐ धार्मिकान्तर्गुहावासाय नमः। ॐ धर्ममार्गप्रवर्तकाय नमः। ॐ धामत्रयनिजारामाय नमः। ॐ धर्मोत्तममनोरथाय नमः। ॐ प्रबोधोद्गारदीपश्रिये नमः। ॐ प्रकाशितजगत्त्रयाय नमः। ॐ प्रज्ञाचन्द्रशिलाचन्द्राय नमः। ॐ प्रज्ञामणिवराकराय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानानन्तरभासात्मने नमः। ॐ ज्ञातृज्ञादिविदूरगाय नमः। ॐ ज्ञानज्ञाद्वैतदिव्याङ्गाय नमः। ॐ ज्ञातृज्ञादिकुलागताय पारिजाताग्र्याय नमः। ॐ प्रणतार्त्यब्धिवाडवाय नमः। ॐ भूतानां प्रमाणभूताय नमः। ॐ प्रपञ्चहितकारकाय नमः। ॐ यत्तत्त्वमसि संवेद्याय नमः। ॐ यक्षगेयात्मवैभवाय नमः। ॐ यज्ञादिदेवतामूर्तये नमः। ॐ यजमानवपुर्धराय नमः। ॐ छत्राधिपतिविश्वेशाय नमः। ॐ छत्रचामरसेविताय नमः। ॐ छन्दःशास्त्रादिनिपुणाय नमः। ॐ छलजात्यादिदूरगाय नमः। ॐ स्वाभाविकसुखैकात्मने नमः। ॐ स्वानुभूतिरसोदधये नमः। ॐ स्वाराज्यसम्पदध्यक्षाय नमः। ॐ स्वात्माराममहामतये नमः। ॐ हाटकाभजटाजूटाय नमः। ॐ हासोदस्तारिमण्डलाय नमः। ॐ हालाहलोज्ज्वलगलाय नमः। ॐ हार्दग्रन्थिविमोचकाय नमः। ॐ श्रीमेधादक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने। So the last month name we had seen was Prakashita Jagatrayaya Namaha. Namaha salutation to Lord Dakshinamurti, by whom Prakashita illumined, 82 number. Prakashita illumined Jagatraya, three worlds. Three worlds are Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. This earth, heaven and in between world, these are called Jagatraya, Lokatraya. So the entire universe represented by Jagatraya is illumined by Lord Dakshinamurti. How? Dakshinamurti is in the form of Atma, in the form of the ultimate reality called Brahman. And Brahman is what? Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Jnanam is Chaitanya Swarupa. So Dakshinamurti is Chaitanya Swarupa. And Chaitanya Swarupa, Brahman alone, is illumining everything. Tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. So when we are worshipping Dakshinamurti, we should not think that particular vigraha, particular form, that alone is Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti can be seen in three ways. One is Dakshinamurti in a particular form where Jnana Mudra is there and he has got mala, he has got the snake around him. All this is his particular form, Vishesha Rupa. Second is Dakshinamurti as the Srishti Sthiti Laya Karana Ishvara. And third is Dakshinamurti as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So in these three ways we can look upon Dakshinamurti. And so these names will be describing one of these three. One of these three will be mentioned, referred to in the name of Dakshinamurti. So here Prakashita Jagatrayaya refers to Jnana Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa Dakshinamurti. Now next one is Prajna Chandra Shila Chandraya Namaha. So here three words are there. Prajna, Chandra Shila, Chandra. Prajna means knowledge. Chandra Shila is in a way is a mythological stone. Chandra Shila is the particular type of Shila means rock. Particular type of stone or rock, which is melted by the moonlight. When full moon day is there and the moonlight falls on that, it will start melting. That type of mythological stone is called Chandra Shila. So Chandra, in fact the vigraha they give is Chandra Priya Shila Chandra Shila. The Shila, the rock which is very dear to Chandra. Therefore when Chandani, the moonlight falls on it, that the Shila is melted. So that is Chandra Shila. It's a mythological. But there is one Chandrashila which is very, very white like moon, that also is called Chandrashila. But here mainly it refers to that mythological stone which melts away in moonlight. And Chandra means moon. So Dakshinamurti is compared to the moon. For what? Prajna, knowledge, which is like Chandrashila, which is like the moonstone. Chandrashila, English translation is what? Moonstone. So just as the moonstone is melted by the moon through its moonlight, through its light, similarly, any cognition becomes illumined, functional only by the grace of Dakshinamurti. So Dakshinamurti is like the moon for the cognition. Just as the moon is melting away, activate the moonstone, similarly Dakshinamurti alone illumines, activates every cognition. Every cognition becomes illumined, active, revealing the object only by the grace of Dakshinamurti. Just as the Chandrashila is melted, activated by Chandra, similarly every cognition is activated, becomes functional only by the grace of Dakshinamurti, who is like Chandra. So what will be the meaning? Prajna eva Chandrashila, Prajna Chandrashila. Tasyaha Chandraha, Prajna Chandrashila Chandraha. So my salutation, the final meaning will be my salutation to Lord Dakshinamurti, who is like the moon for every cognition, which is like the moonstone. My salutation to Lord Dakshinamurti, who is like the moon for every cognition, which is like moonstone. So it is a way of glorifying Dakshinamurti. The Dakshinamurti is the Chaitanya Swarupa Atma, which is making every cognition valid. So every vritti becomes pratyaya, every thought becomes knowledge because of Chaitanya Swarupa Dakshinamurti. So Prajna Chandra Shila Chandraya Namaha. So my salutation to Dakshinamurti, who is like the moon for the knowledge, which is like moonstone. Alright. Next one is Prajna Mani Varakaraya Namaha. Akaranta Pullinga Prajna Mani Varakara Shabda. So here Prajna, one word, Manivara, another word, and Akara, third. So three constituents are there. Prajna, Manivara, and Akara. Akara means the mind, source. Dakshinamurti is the source. For what? Prajna, all types of knowledge, which are Manivara, which are like best gem. So Dakshinamurti is the source of the most excellent knowledge, which are like the best gem. Manivara means best among the best gems, excellent gems. So Dakshinamurti, the source of the most excellent knowledge, which are like the best gems. Means Dakshinamurti is the source of all knowledge. So this can be seen as Ishvara being Sarvajna. So Ishvara is Sarvajna, so in Ishvara all knowledge are there. So Ishvara is the mind. Akara literally means mind, source. So Dakshinamurti is the source of all knowledge. That is why Pujya Swami used to say that all knowledge is coming from Ishvara. So there is no knowledge which we are creating. All knowledge is already there in Ishvara. So what we are doing? We are just removing the cover. So knowledge is already there. We are just removing cover. That is why we use the word discovery. It is cover is removed, displaced. So Ishvara is the source of all knowledge. So Dakshinamurti as the source of all knowledge. Alright. Then the next one is Jnananantara Bhasatmane Namaha. Here it is a nakaranta pullinga jnanantara bhasatman shabda. Chaturthi vibhakti ekvachanam. Alright. So here four what is called constituents are there. Jnana, Anantara, Bhasa, Atma. Jnana, Anantara, Bhasa, Atma. And here a very profound Siddhanta of Vedanta is presented. That is, you have a thought, like you may have this flower thought. Then you have got this tissue paper thought. Between two thoughts, is there a gap or not? There a gap or not? Gap has to be there, then only you can call it two thoughts. For anything to be counted as two, there must be a gap. Two fingers, so there is some gap. Maybe not noticeable, but will be there. Will be there or not? That's why you put some water, it will pass through. Somehow it will go. So some, or air at least. If not water, tight you put it, perhaps water may not go. Air will go. So, between two thoughts, what is there? The consciousness is remaining as consciousness. So, between thought A and thought B, consciousness is remaining without any thought. And that state is called amani bhava. So, consciousness is remaining as amani bhava. Consciousness characterized by the absence of any thought. And there, consciousness remaining only as consciousness. And that is pure consciousness, unqualified by any thought, is the nature of Dakshinamurti. So, Dakshinamurti is of the nature of pure, unqualified consciousness. That idea is presented by this name. So, we think we simply be chanting Jnanantara Bhasatmane Namah, but it is conveying the idea that Dakshinamurti is Brahma, which is of the nature of unqualified, thoughtless, objectless awareness. That is said here, Jnana. Here Jnana refers to any cognition. Anantara means after and before. Before thought and after a thought. There is a bhasa. Bhasa means shining. So there is shining in the form of consciousness. Chaitanya prakasha. So Jnana Anantara Bhasa means the light of consciousness which is there before a thought and after a thought, before any other thought comes. And that pure consciousness, so Jnanantara Bhasa refers to pure, unqualified, objectless consciousness, is the Atma, is the nature of Dakshinamurti. So, Jnanantara Bhasaha Atma Swarupam Yasya. So, the one whose nature is unqualified pure consciousness, which is obtaining after every thought. So, that unqualified consciousness is the nature of Dakshinamurti. So, Dakshinamurti, whose nature is the light of consciousness, which is obtaining after every thought. Here one thing we note, that even when thought is there, it is the same consciousness. Because we have to clarify this. Otherwise people will think that consciousness is available only between two thoughts. That is not true. Consciousness is available even when the thought is there. Otherwise our Brahman consciousness will be very limited. Thoughts are many, gap is very little. So our consciousness, Brahman will be coming only once in a while. That is not truth. Brahman consciousness is all the time available. Even when thought is there, consciousness is there. But that time consciousness is qualified by the thought. Vritti avachinna chaitanyam. The consciousness qualified by the thought is there. And when thought is not there, between the two thoughts, consciousness is available as pure consciousness, unqualified consciousness, and that is the absolute nature of Atma. Because vritti is not intrinsic to the nature of Brahman, and therefore this is a very specific description of Dakshinamurti, which is Brahman. Jnananantara bhasatmane namaha. So what is the final meaning? My salutation to Lord Dakshinamurti, whose Atma Swarupam nature is bhasa, light of consciousness, which is obtaining after every thought and before every thought. Alright. The next one is Jnatru-Jnanadi Viduragaya Namaha. So here Akaranta Pullinga Jnatru-Jnanadi Viduraga Shabda. Chaturthi Vibhakti. So here three parts are there. Jnatru, Jnanadi, Viduraga. Viduraga means beyond, transcending. So Dakshinamurti is transcending what? The triad. Triad of what? Jnatru. Jnatru means the knower. Jnanam means the knowledge. And third, Adi, etc. By etc. Jneya, the object of knowledge. So there is a triad of the knower, knowledge, and known, the object. And Dakshinamurti is Viduraga. He transcends this triad of knower, knowledge, and known. Means you cannot categorize Dakshinamurti as a particular Jnata. He is a particular knower. The Jnatrutvam, the knowership, is not intrinsic to Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is not confined to be a knower. That is called Viduraga, transcends. Dakshinamurti is available in every knower. But Dakshinamurti is not confined to be any knower. Like water is obtaining in every wave, but water is not confined to any wave. Similarly, Dakshinamurti is not confined to any Jnata, any knower. Similarly, Jnanam, Ghatak-Jnanam, Patak-Jnanam, Matak-Jnanam, any knowledge. Every knowledge is pervaded by Dakshinamurti, Jnana Swarupa Dakshinamurti. But Dakshinamurti is not a particular knowledge. Similarly, any object of knowledge, which is called Jneya, is not separate from, apart from Dakshinamurti, but Dakshinamurti is not a particular object of knowledge. So Dakshinamurti is Jnatru Jnanadi Viduraga. Vidura means what? Vidura means far off. Ga means Gacchati. Vidure Gacchati Tishtati iti Viduragaha. One who stands beyond, means one who is not confined, one who is uninvolved in Jnata, Jnanam and Jneya. Therefore, it is called Jnatru Jnanadi Viduragaya Namaha. So, the meaning would be, my salutation to Dakshinamurti, who transcends the triad of knower, knowledge and known. He is in and through all of them, but transcends all of them. Transcends means he is not confined to be any one of them. Alright, so we'll conclude here and some other names we'll see later on. Our satsang will keep it 8 to 8:45 so that you can take little rest, little more. I will chant one Mangalam, and then generally we have got every evening gratitude meditation. It is a 4-5 minute meditation. So we'll switch off the light, that last light will keep it, and here also it is working. Working? Okay. First we'll sing this and then we'll do that. Shankaraya 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 Mangalam. शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम् सुन्दराय मङ्गलं सनातनाय मङ्गलम् चिन्मयाय सन्मयाय तन्मयाय मङ्गलम् तन्मयाय मङ्गलम् अनन्ताय मङ्गलं चिरन्तनाय मङ्गलम् निरन्तराय मङ्गलं पुरन्दराय मङ्गलम् अचञ्चलाय मङ्गलम् अचिन्तनाय मङ्गलम् जगच्छिवाय मङ्गलं नमः शिवाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं मङ्गलम् आनन्दमङ्गलम् मङ्गलं मङ्गलं दयानन्दमङ्गलम् मङ्गलं मङ्गलं दयानन्दमङ्गलम् 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 ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः switch off the lights. Last light can be kept. This. It is there light. Bas. Switch off all lights only there. You can switch off all. Okay. Yes. Relaxed. With relaxed and non-judgmental mind, I go through the main activities of the day. Waking up at first Vedanta class by Swamiji. He explained Shanti Patha Apyayantu Mamangani. Explained the meaning of the word Upanishad as Brahma Vidya. second Vedanta class, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. What is Veda? Two parts of Vedas. What is Upanishad? How many are there? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad structure was explained. First chapter talked about partly. Third Vedanta class, introduction to the Bhashyam was given based on the Tika, where the necessity of the commentary was established. Kena Upanishad is the 9th chapter. What has gone by in the 8 chapters was explained. Night satsang started with bhajan. Some questions were answered. Some names of the Lord Dakshinamurti were explained. I am grateful to the Lord for this opportunity of learning. Grateful to the tradition of teachers, because of which we have this knowledge. Grateful to Pujya Swamiji, who founded this place, trained many teachers. Grateful to all the teachers. I pray for the well-being of all. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Let all people be happy. During the day, if I hurt somebody, I mentally apologize to that person. Whosever fault it was, other person was hurt, I apologize to that person. If somebody hurt me, I validate that person. Sarve bhavanti sthane. All are in order. Aham bhavami sthane. I am in order. Relaxed I am. Grateful I am. I express my gratitude by chanting this mantra mentally. Om Ishaya Namaha. Chant this mantra mentally a few times. can open the eyes, we can switch on the lights. Try to maintain as much silence as possible.